one more speaker that I'd like to introduce, and he didn't even know he was going to talk here today. But it's the talk show host that put together the busload of people that came up from Austin, Texas. He's on radio station KJFK in Austin, does a program called The Real Spin. His name is Alex Jones. Alex?
Yeah. Well, it's hard to speak after Ramsey Clark, Attorney General during the Carter administration. Did you hear what he was just telling you? There is a massive consolidation of local police departments under federal control, the Multi-Jurisdictional Task Force and the JTF-6, which is based at Fort Bliss, Texas. They wear black ski masks. They train in military tactics. And they are the big gun and the long arm of the IRS and the criminal system that is running this nation. Make no mistake, the murders of these people and these children was about one thing and one thing only. It was about terrorism against the American people. It was about testing and pushing the limits to see if the government could surround a group, if they could kill those people and burn it to the ground. Waco Rules of Engagement shows the automatic weapons fire as men and women tried to exit the back of the building. That's where most of the bodies were found, right in the edge. Hit squads, military black ops, the same ones that destroyed Oklahoma City, just like Hitler broke the Reichstag in 1933. I mean, where is our country when ex-attorney generals of the United States of America are here telling you that Reno and the rest of them and the Republicans and the Democrats are all the same people? I mean, it just makes my heart swell with pride that we do have people like Ramsey Clark and others and this whole crowd out here that is standing in defiance of tyranny. Amen. And I'll take a line from that movie, Braveheart. What would you give, dying in your bed all these years from now, to have just once stood up in defiance of tyranny, to put on the armor and to ride out on the field against the enemy? And violence is not the way to go. They are the ones that use violence. They are the ones that are dangerous.
Amen.
Understand that. We've got to use information like Waco Rules of Engagement. I mean, that documentary is so powerful because it doesn't exaggerate, it doesn't lie. For 3 hours, it lays out the information for you to see. And where is the mainstream media editing this information out? You have federal agents killing men, women, and children. They came that day and opened fire first. Helicopters came in and assaulted. Right. And now we find out, and it's going to come out in the next documentary, and think about this, that they sent in death squads with breathing apparatus to kill those people inside because they couldn't have any witnesses of what really happened on the first day of the 51-day standoff. So we're dealing with murder. We're dealing with terrorism against the American people, and this is nothing new in the history of the world. Authoritarian regimes always seek to control the modes of finance, the printing of money, transportation, food production, you name it, it's all coming under federal control under the guise of environmentalism, which is nothing but a cult now. It's very, very serious. Somebody has got to stand up. More people have got to stand up. FEMA, under Senate Resolution 21, is building hundreds of concentration camps on military bases, set up for families, areas for men, areas for women, areas for women with children, and areas for men who have families on the other side of the camp. And by the way, they have triple the guard towers, and I have played this many times on my television show. It's just out of control. I have congressmen on tape, Henry B. Gonzalez and others, admitting this. Look at the world. And then I'm going to get off here because there's others have a lot more to say than me. Hitler killed 40 million. The communists in Russia killed about 100 million. The communist Chinese, we're not sure, 100, 200 million. And it's still going on, and we're buying slave goods from these people. They're moving into Long Beach Naval Base.
That's right.
They're moving into the high desert of California at Victorville and Adelanto and building 20 mini-malls to bring in slave goods directly. This is a deindustrialization of our plan. And it is just sick what's happening to our country, and people have got to stand up against it if freedom is going to survive. And the plans are there, make no mistake, but don't be fearful. People that lay down. I I mean, ask yourself, how did the Germans allow Hitler to come to power? They believed his propaganda. Most of the death camps were off in Poland. Keep it away. Keep it on military bases. Keep it behind closed doors. This is what's happening. Make no mistake. And the mainstream media is going around. Last week in Austin, a mainstream media station went out and had reporters on the street asking, where will terrorists strike next? They're introducing this into the psychology. They're creating a new cosmology of fear and preparing people for terrorism. And I just want to warn you one more time. State-sponsored terrorism is the #1 brand worldwide. Oklahoma City was terrorism. What happened right here where I'm standing in Waco back in 1993 on April 19th was state-sponsored terrorism. It was a test to see if you'd lay down. And I'm telling you something, they're taken back now because their propaganda and their lies worked for a while, but you see that the polls are changing. More and more people are waking up to what's happening. So I want to challenge you to talk to 10 people a week, get them to see Waco Rules of Engagement. I have nothing to do with this documentary, but it's so incredibly powerful. You have got to get this and get it into congressmen's hands, your friends' hands, judges in your local cities, because this can be a revelation to the people of America, to the people that just want to be pragmatic, to the people that are just relativists and don't care as long as tyranny doesn't come knocking on their door. And I'll just paraphrase this. We've all heard the famous quotes and statements. When they came for the Jews, they didn't come for me, so I left it alone. When they came for the Catholics, when they came for all these different groups, I stayed there. And finally, when they came for me, there was nobody left to stand up for me. This is the real deal. This is human history. This is not some foggy conspiracy theory. I have to tell you, 4 years ago, I thought what happened at Waco was wrong. But I believed a little bit of the propaganda. I thought, well, you know, this and that. And the more I studied this, the more I found out it's worse than even what Waco Rules of Engagement or Day 51 had to offer. And that's why I'm glad that they're coming out with a new documentary, because this is what it's going to take. It's going to take information to the public. Information is power. So stop reacting and start acting and stand up against this police state, or we're going into 100% taxation, 100% tyranny. And just because it's packaged sweetly and has a nice, flashy exterior, the interior is barbed wire and pure slavery. Thank y'all for being here.
Thanks, Ellen.